What's up, everybody? This is Fat Ninja DM with another video. In this video, we're going to be going over adding some flavor and flair to mundane weapon attacks. Alright, so we got our character here, Yano Kawaguchi. He's a monk. And of course, he's got his spear and his unarmed strike. Well, you get tired of seeing this. Attacking with the spear, unarmed strike. Eventually you just get tired of seeing that. So what we're going to do, we're going to just add some flair by just changing the text of our just regular mundane weapon attacks. All right, so with the spear here, let's call it the spear of judgment. No, it's not doing any extra damage. It don't have any spell effects or whatever. But just to make it attacking a wild animal, it just gives a little bit of extra flavor. Little thematic flair to your weapon attacks. You can describe how the weapon looks as you attack with it or something. Just to stop it from being so boring. So, okay, let's go ahead and move on to the unarmed strike. Every time you see a monk, everybody groans because they're going to be seeing unarmed attacks 1,000 times during the play session. Well, let's go ahead and punch it up a little bit. You like what I did there? So let's go ahead and call it the Shoryuken. Let's Street Fighter it up a little bit, the Shoryuken. So, let's roll that. Just give it a little, different flavor. Or, maybe you got a special attack, that you want to do. Like you can do it once a short rest or once a long rest. Let's go ahead and change that text to. Here we go. Let's put this in here. Blazing Dragon Punch. Now it's just something a little different again. Oh, I got a critical hit with that. So, just something a little different. So, let's dig into a little bit more. Let's go ahead and open up the magnifying glass here on the right side of the weapon or unarmed attack or whatever. And you see here, you do a D4 and, just get with your GM, maybe you don't have to wait till level 3 to get a tradition to where you can start doing elemental damage. Maybe your DM is cool and he or she might allow you to add, let's say your DM would allow you to add a extra D4 of let's say fire damage. Let's put that in that. That sounds good. Go ahead and close that out. So now when you do your attack, so you did a critical hit. Now you're adding some fire damage. It's not a big deal. It's just a D4 points of damage. And if you're, you got a cool GM, he'll just let you kind of just go with it. It's not going to break the game by adding a D4 points of damage with added on top of an unarmed strike. But okay, let's go up a little further. So now, not only can you add flair to your attacks, since we're using fantasy grounds with text and everything, we can really shine when we do attacks as voices of the characters that we're playing. So let me show you what I mean. Up at the upper right-hand part of your character sheet, you'll see a voice chat bubble. So when you click that, down in the chat box, you'll be speaking as your character. So let's go ahead and click that. And now you'll see here down below, we're speaking as our character. So now, if we did a attack, describing what we're doing, it'll be spoken in the voice, or maybe we can say a thought of our character. So let's go with this. With a flurry of blinding kicks and a punch to the gut, I end my attack with an enziguri kick to the back of the head. that sounds really cool, thematic, and stuff like that. So it can just punch up your flavor and add some flair to just the boring, mundane weapon attacks that you always do. And you could just, have multiple sayings and save them on your notes tab. And when you want to switch it up, you can say, uh, doing a jumping stomp on the back of the head and uh, landing behind the enemy, I hamstring them with my dagger and then stab them in the back with it or whatever. You're not doing any extra attacks. You're just doing the exact same damage with your unarmed strike or whatever, but you're just adding some flair and some flourish with your character. So not only will you, stop from going insane and pulling your hair out because you keep seeing an unarmed attack and all that stuff over again, it really gets you into your character, and your GM and also your players will probably appreciate you for it too. So with that, let's go ahead and get out of here. My name is Fat Ninja DM, but before we go, I want to throw out some shout outs real quick. One of the main ones is Rob Toohey. He's like, I consider him the bad grandpa of the Fantasy Grounds community. He's old, he's grumpy, he's crotchety, but under all that gruff exterior, he's a good man. And with this constant work with coding effects, it makes DMs and also players' life that much easier with his coding effects for racial traits and weapon effects and stuff like that. Mask with his NPC engineer program, it takes the sting out of bringing NPCs into Fantasy Grounds. GeoQuester, GM is story writer extraordinaire. Him and his wife Susie Q are just, they're constantly doing what they do, and they're bringing so much content to the landscape of role playing games. I'm just thankful that we have Geo and Susie Q around. Cody from Taken 20, his endless enthusiasm, it's really infectious if you really, really start to really look at it. And he just makes us GMs a little bit better with his ideas and love of our hobby. And also another shout out to Pro Nubis with his Incarnate engine. It stops DMs from just going insane and ripping what little hair they have left out of their heads when characters, just totally go off the rails and go out in left field. And another special shout out to all the awesome teachers, aides, helpers in the Fantasy Grounds college community. Is just so awesome that, we don't get paid for this. We are not affiliated with Smiteworks at all, even though we do communicate with them and stuff. We are not paid by them. We're not endorsed by them. We're just a bunch of fans that love the hobby and want people to be properly prepared when they start playing Fantasy Grounds games with other DMs. They're not behind the learning curve. And of course, a final shout out to the founder, Leyrun, of Fantasy Grounds College. With his endless dedication, he just brought a lot of people under one banner. And even though we're all individuals, we all do our own thing, we come together under that banner and we formed a community, but it's more than a community. It's a family. And with that, we have made friendships that will last for years and years to come. I just want to thank everybody from the Fantasy Grounds College, all the people I gave shout outs to, and anybody that I forgot. I still love y'all too, because there are just so many people in the community. I can't remember everybody. So with that, I'm out of here. I'm Fat Ninja DM, and when you least expect it, I just stole your critical hit and your sandwich. Later, folks.